Turning 30 was supposed to be the milestone I celebrated with the woman I loved. I had been planning it for months, imagining the perfect dinner, the laughter, the memories we would create together. My wife Lauren knew how much this birthday meant to me. She promised something special. But 3 days before my birthday, she announced a sudden business trip. I tried to understand. Then I saw a text message on her phone that shattered everything I believed about our marriage. Before we dive into this story, let me know in the comments where you are watching from today. If you enjoy stories about turning pain into power, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Stick around to see how a birthday cake became my weapon of justice. I met Lauren 5 years ago at an art exhibition in downtown Phoenix. She was standing in front of a painting, tilting her head like she was trying to decode some hidden message. I made a joke about the painting looking like my apartment after a rough weekend. She laughed, and that laugh changed my life. We dated for 2 years before I proposed. The wedding was small, just family and close friends, exactly how we wanted it. Lauren worked in marketing at a large corporation, climbing the ladder with determination I admired. I was a software engineer, mostly working from home, building apps and debugging code while she conquered boardrooms. We bought a modest house in the suburbs of Phoenix, Arizona. Nothing fancy, but it was ours. Those first 3 years of marriage felt like a dream. Lauren was the kind of wife who remembered every anniversary, every small milestone. For my 28th birthday, she threw a surprise party that I never saw coming. She invited friends I had not seen in years, decorated our entire backyard, and baked a cake herself, even though she hated baking. We had a tradition of going to our favorite Italian restaurant for birthdays. She always ordered the same wine. I always pretended to be surprised by the dessert she secretly arranged with the waiter. Life was good. I trusted her completely. But somewhere around 8 months before my 30th birthday, things started to shift. At first, the changes were so small I almost missed them. Lauren began working late more often. She said there was a big project at the office, something that could lead to a promotion. I believed her because I had no reason not to. Her phone, which used to sit face up on the kitchen counter, started living face down. She changed her passcode without mentioning it. When I asked about her day, her answers became shorter, vaguer, like she was editing a story before telling it. About a month before my birthday, Lauren joined a new gym. She started buying clothes I had never seen her wear before. New dresses, new perfume, lacy things that stayed hidden in the back of her drawer. I noticed, but I told myself she was just taking better care of herself. Maybe the stress at work made her want to feel good. I wanted to believe the best in her. That was my first mistake. There were phone calls at odd hours. She would glance at the screen, excuse herself, and take the call in another room. When I asked who it was, she always said it was a colleague named Derek. He was her manager, she explained, and they were working closely on the big project. I remembered the name because she mentioned him often, too often looking back now. 2 weeks before my birthday, I reminded Lauren about the milestone, 30 years old. I told her I wanted to do something memorable. She smiled and promised to plan something special. I went ahead and made reservations at our favorite restaurant. I bought concert tickets for a band she loved. I even purchased a bracelet as a gift to thank her for everything she had done for me over the years. I was so focused on celebrating us that I could not see what was falling apart right in front of me. 3 days before my birthday, Lauren sat me down after dinner. She had that look on her face, the one she used when delivering news she knew I would not like. The company needed her to fly to Los Angeles for an important meeting with potential partners. The trip would last 3 days. It would cover my birthday entirely. She said she tried to get out of it, but this was a career-defining opportunity. Her boss insisted. She promised to make it up to me when she returned. I swallowed my disappointment and told her I understood. Her career mattered. I could celebrate a day late. She hugged me and said I was the most supportive husband in the world. That night she packed her suitcase while I sat on the bed watching her fold blouses and select which heels to bring. She seemed excited, more excited than any business trip should warrant. But I pushed that thought away. That night I woke up around 2 in the morning. The room was dark except for a faint glow from Lauren's phone on the nightstand. A notification had lit up the screen. I did not mean to look. I was half asleep, reaching for my water glass when the words caught my eye. Cannot wait to finally have you all to myself this weekend. Room is booked. The sender's name was Derek. I froze. My hand hovered over the glass, my heart pounding so loud I was sure Lauren would wake up. but she slept peacefully beside me, unaware that her secret had just been exposed. I read the message again, hoping I had misunderstood. But there was no other way to interpret those words. My wife was not going to Los Angeles. She was meeting another man. And she was doing it on my birthday. I did not wake her. I did not confront her. Instead, I lay there in the darkness, staring at the ceiling, feeling my entire world crack down the middle. By morning, I had made a decision. I was going to find out the truth, and then I was going to make her pay. The next morning, Lauren left for work earlier than usual. She kissed my cheek and reminded me she would be leaving for her trip the following day. I smiled and wished her a good day at the office. The moment her car disappeared down the street, I moved. Our family computer sat in the small office we shared. Lauren used it sometimes for personal browsing when her laptop was charging. I opened the browser and checked the history. My hands trembled as I scrolled through the entries. Most were ordinary: shopping sites, news articles, recipe videos. Then I found it. A search for hotels in Phoenix, not Los Angeles. The search was dated 1 week ago. I clicked on the link. It led to the Grand Sedona, a boutique hotel about 30 minutes from our house. My stomach twisted. Why would she be searching for local hotels if she was flying to California? I kept digging. In her email account, which she had left logged in, I found nothing in the inbox. But the spam folder told a different story. There was a booking confirmation she had failed to delete. A reservation for 2 nights at the Grand Sedona under the name Derek Harrison. The dates matched her supposed business trip exactly. Derek Harrison. I typed the name into LinkedIn and found him immediately. He was the marketing director at Lauren's company, her direct supervisor. His profile picture showed a man in his early 40s, tall with graying temples and an expensive suit. His smile looked practiced, the kind of smile that belonged on a used car salesman. I scrolled through his profile. Recently divorced. 2 kids. Active in company events. Lauren had tagged him in a few professional posts, calling him her mentor, the person who helped her grow in her career. Mentor. The word made me sick. I spent the rest of the day gathering evidence. I screenshot the booking confirmation, the search history, and every suspicious text I could access. I saved them all to a secure folder. By the time Lauren came home that evening, I had built a case against her without her knowing a single thing. The next morning was my birthday. I turned 30 years old, watching my wife prepare for her affair. Lauren woke up early, showered, and spent extra time on her makeup. She wore a new dress I had never seen, something fitted and flattering that she definitely did not buy for a business meeting. She packed her suitcase with care, folding clothes like she was preparing for a vacation. When she came to say goodbye, she kissed me and whispered, "Happy early birthday." She promised to make everything up to me when she returned. I pretended to be half asleep, murmuring something about missing her. Inside, I was counting down the seconds until she left. Once her car pulled out of the driveway, I grabbed my keys. Lauren had forgotten to disable the Find My Phone feature we set up years ago for emergencies. Her location updated in real time on my screen. I watched the blue dot move through the city, expecting it to head toward the airport. Instead, it turned east toward the mountains, toward the Grand Sedona. I followed at a safe distance, my sunglasses hiding the storm in my eyes. The hotel appeared after 30 minutes of driving, a beautiful Adobe-style building nestled against red rock formations. I parked across the street and waited. Within minutes, I saw Lauren's car pull into the valet area. She stepped out, adjusted her dress, and walked into the lobby like she belonged there. Then I saw him. Derek emerged from the lobby doors, arms open wide. Lauren walked straight into his embrace. They kissed right there in front of the entrance, not caring who might see. His hand rested on the small of her back as they walked inside together. They disappeared into an elevator, her head leaning against his shoulder. I sat in my car for a long time after that. The air conditioning hummed. The radio played some song I did not hear. My mind was blank, then full, then blank again. I thought about running inside, pounding on doors, screaming at them both. I imagined the scene, the drama, the satisfaction of watching their faces when they realized they were caught. But something stopped me. My father's voice echoed in my memory, words he told me when I was a teenager and got into a fight at school. "Never make a decision when you are angry, son. Anger fades. Consequences do not." I gripped the steering wheel until my knuckles turned white. Then I picked up my phone and called Marcus, my best friend since college. I told him everything in a voice that did not sound like my own. He cursed, shouted, offered to drive over immediately. I told him no. I had a plan. When he asked what I was going to do, I surprised myself with the answer. I am going to send her a birthday present she will never forget. I drove around the block twice before I spotted it. A small bakery tucked between a flower shop and a coffee house. The sign above the door read Sweet Revenge Bakery in elegant script.